Good morning, students. Today we will read class 9 science chapter 11. Topic is work and energy. In previous classes we discussed about mechanical energy, that is kinetic energy and potential energy, and how the energies are interconvertible, how it transfers from one form to another form. Next, we will discuss here about law of conservation of energy. According to this law, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. The total energy before and after the transformation remains the same. But this conservation of energy is valid in all situations and for all kinds of transformations. Whenever it transfers from one form to another, like from heat to light, or heat to sound, or sound to light, or sound to heat, or electricity to light, electricity to heat, in all types of transformations, the total energy before the transformation and after the transformations, it remains equal, it remains same. Let's consider one example. Let an object of mass m that is made to fall freely from a height h. Here it is an object of mass m. It is falling freely to the ground, and the height of the object from the ground is h. When the body of the object start to fall, the total energy present in the object is mgh. mgh, that is the potential energy of the object. The total energy always calculated as the sum of potential energy and that of kinetic energy, but the object is stationary at this position, so the velocity becomes 0 for stationary object. Since velocity is 0, then kinetic energy becomes 0. That's why the total energy depends upon the amount of potential energy of the object. Yeah, potential plus kinetic energy, that is mgh plus 0 becomes mgh. Next, when the object starts to fall and it attains first to the position V. Next, consider it is the position V, where the body already falls some height. When the body starts to fall down, the potential energy will decrease because the height is decreasing here. That's why the potential energy will decrease, and the body starts to move. That's why the kinetic energy will increase here. So here potential energy will decrease and kinetic energy will increase. How much it comes towards the earth, the velocity will increase accordingly. That's why the kinetic energy of the object will increase accordingly. But the total energy at the point B, total energy becomes equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. That is half mv square plus mgh. That is the total energy. Well, the body comes to the ground at the point where it just before to touch the ground. Let this point is C. At the position C, velocity is maximum, that's why kinetic energy will maximum, and the potential energy is minimum. It is very least amount of potential energy is there. It is just reach to the ground. Here velocity is maximum. This implies kinetic energy also maximum. At this position, kinetic energy is 0 and potential energy is maximum. But here, kinetic energy is maximum and potential energy is negligible, or very less amount of potential energy is there. But the total energy at the point A, B and C, if we compare them, we always get the same value. The total energy, that is combinedly called as mechanical energy. The mechanical energy at point A, mechanical energy at point B and mechanical energy at point C, they always equal. It is a constant mass. So total energy is half mv square plus mgh, which is a constant value. We always get the same result when we calculate the total energy at A, at B and at C. That shows the conservation of energy. Whenever the body moves down or moves up, the total energy remains same. Next, we'll discuss about power. What is power? Do all of us work at the same rate? Do machines consume or transfer energy at the same rate? Agents that transfer energy do work at different rates. Can you see? All persons can do the same amount of work in same time. With respect to time, whether they can do same amount of work. Whenever we try to get the answers, we always look the power of the machines, power of the persons. That is the rate of doing work. How much work is done in unit time, that is called power. Power of machines means how much work it is done by the machines in a unit time. Unit time, maybe in second, maybe in hour, in 1 hour or 1 second, that is called unit time. The rate of doing work is called power. This power is denoted by E. So power is equal to work for time. Symbolically can be represented as P is equal to W by T. Work in unit time. The unit of power is watt. It is expressed in the unit watt. The unit of power is watt according to the scientist James Watt. 1 watt is the power of an agent which can do the work of 1 joule in 1 second. What is 1 watt? How can we define the power 1 watt? what is 1 watt, or we can accept in which case the power is said to be 1 watt. When 1 joule of work is done, in 1 second, then the power is said to be 1 watt. When 1 joule of work is done in 1 second, the power is said to be 1 watt. That's why 1 watt can also be denoted as 1 joule per second. If the work is 1 joule, time is 1 second, power becomes 1 watt. Other units, that the larger units, are expressed as kilowatt, megawatt, gigawatt, like this. Let's do some examples here. Two girls is up with 400 Newton, climbs up a roof. Here, the question. Two girls, each of which 400 Newton, climbs up a roof to a height of 8 meters. We name one of the girl A and other as B. Girl A takes 20 seconds and girl B takes 50 seconds to complete the work but to climb the roof. What is the power expended by each girl? First, we will find the power expended by girl A and girl B separately. After getting the power of each girl, then we can compare. First, we'll write the weight of each of the balls, that is 400 Newton is per ball weight is 400 Newton and the displacement, that is how much it climbed up, that is the height or the length of the roof, that is the displacement. Displacement becomes equal to height, that is 80 meter, and runway takes 20 seconds. Time is 20 seconds. Now power becomes work done per time taken, that is work done W by T. The power will be W by T. How much work it is done in this case becomes equal to the total energy present at the top of the roof, and the total energy present at the top becomes equal to the potential energy of the gull, that is mgh by T. mgh, this product of mass and acceleration due to gravity gives the weight. It is the relation between mass and weight. Mass and acceleration due to gravity combinedly gives the weight of the object. Since it is given weight, that is the product of m into g, that is 400 into h, height, that is 80 meters, time 20 seconds. Now we calculate 400 into 8 by 20. 20 into 8, 160. It becomes 160 watt. The power of gull A becomes 160 watt. Next we calculate the power expended by gull B. Here weight is 400 Newton is given, and the height, that is the displacement shown by gull B, becomes equal to the length of the roof or the height from the ground, that is 8 meters, and time taken for gull B to complete the work is 50 seconds. Now power expended by gull B becomes equal to work per unit time or the time taken. Total amount of work or this total time it is taken by gull B. 400 into 8 by 50. Now we calculate this 400 into 8 by 50. It becomes 50 into 8, 64 watt. So the power expended by gull B is 64 watt. Now compare gull A and gull B. Gull A shows 160 watts as the power, whereas gull B shows 60 watt as a power. In this case, gull A has more power, so it takes less time, whereas gull B has less power, so it takes more time to complete the work. Let's do one more example. A boy of mass 50 kg runs up a staircase of 45 steps in 9 seconds. If the height of each step is 15 cm, find his power. Here the question given is a boy of mass 50 kg runs up a staircase of 45 steps in 9 seconds. If the height of each step is 15 cm, height is power, it is given the value of g, that is acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. So how much power of the boy, that will be calculated when we know how much work it is done by the boy. It is given the time, that is 9 seconds, but not given how much work it is done by that boy. So how can we calculate the amount of work done here? The work done depends upon the value of the potential energy, since the boy is moving down to off that staircase. So the potential energy at the staircase becomes equal to the work done by the boy, and the potential energy can be calculated by the formula mgh. It is given only the mass of the boy, that is 50 kg, the mass of the boy, not given how much height is there, but it is given height of each step is 15 cm, and they are present 45 steps. We can calculate the height by taking this value. For each step, height is 15 cm. For 45 steps, what will be the height? But in this case, the height is given as the unit, given in the unit cm, but we have to convert it into meter. After getting the height, we can calculate the potential energy by multiplying mass, acceleration due to gravity, and that height. After obtaining the value of work done, we can find the power of the boy. Let's do. Here it is given mass of the boy, that is 50 kg. Next, acceleration due to gravity, that is g. Is 10 meter per second square. And we have to find height here, whereas time is given as 9 seconds. Next, height of each step is 15 cm, but the unit cm should be converted into meter, which is equal to 15 by 100 meter. They are present 45 steps. Height of 45 steps, which is becomes equal to the total height becomes calculated as 15 by 100 into 45. meter. That is the value of h. Next, power becomes equal to work done by time taken here. How much work is done by the boy, by total time taken to reach the upstairs. Work done, that is equal to mgh by t. So power is mass, which is 50 kg, g, that is 10 meter per second square, 50 kg into 10 meter per second square, and height that is 6.75 meter by total time is 9 seconds. After calculating, we get power is 375 watt. That is the power of the wire. It is shown according to the question condition. Next one is commercial unit of energy. The unit joule is too small, and here is inconvenient to express large quantity of energy. We use a bigger unit of energy, that is called kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour. What is this kilowatt hour? Let us say have a machine that uses 1000 joule of energy every second. If this machine is used continuously for 1 hour, it will consume 1 kilowatt hour of energy. So 1 kilowatt hour energy is used in 1 hour at the rate of 1000 joule per second. So 1 kilowatt hour becomes equal to 1 kilowatt into 1 hour. When any appliances of power 1 kilowatt is used for 1 hour, then the energy consumed is said to be 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt, which is equal to 1000 watt. This hour, when it is expressed in second, it is 60 into 60 seconds. This becomes equal to 36 lakh watt second. 36 lakh watt second, or this equal to 33.6 into 10 to the power 6 watt second can be written as here 3.6 into 10 to the power 6. Watt is expressed as joule per second into second. Second will be cancelled, becomes 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. So 1 kilowatt hour becomes equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. So this energy used in household, industries and commercial establishment are usually expressed in kilowatt hour. Like the electrical energy used during the month, which is expressed in the unit, that is kilowatt hour. Like let's do one example here. How this kilowatt hour or the unit is expressed in this electrical consumption. An electric bulb of 60 watt is used for 6 hours per day. Calculate the units of energy consumed in 1 day. When electric bulb of 60 watt is used for 6 hours per day, and then what will be the unit of energy that is consumed in 1 day by the bulb, by that bulb? How can you calculate the power of that, the energy used by that bulb? Here, first we write what are the data it is given in the question. Then we find the energy which is consumed here. Here, power is given as 60 watt. 60 watt is the power, and time is given as 6 hours. But when it is used unit is expressed as kilowatt hour. Power should be in kilowatt and time should be in hour. Here time, it is already present in hour, 6 hours, but power is present in watt. So we have to convert this unit watt into kilowatt. This is equal to 60 per 1000 kilowatt, which is equal to 0.06 kilowatt. Now we got the value of the power and that of time. Next, energy. The energy consumed E becomes equal to power into T, power into time. That is 0.06 kilowatt into 6 hours, which is equal to 0.36 kilowatt hour, or can be written as 0.36 units.